Hi, I'm Maddie Roller. This is my introduction video. I have taught reading intervention for the past 3 years as a Title I teacher. I worked with 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade readers and working on specific phonics skills to support their reading deficits. This year I will be making a transition and I'll be going into a 6th grade English position. I'm a little terrified about the change, but I'm sure it'll be good. When I think about who's been the most influential person in my life, I think my sister definitely comes to mind. She's 3 years older than me. We've grown up together, spent all our lives together. But whenever I need her advice on something and need to work through something, and she's definitely the person I go to. We have a really close connection, and I know a lot of people are close with their siblings, but I don't know. She's always there for me, and it's really nice to have that. I'm originally from Washington, so we grew up there together, and now she is living out in Mississippi, and I am in Kansas, because my husband's military, so we're all over the place. But, I don't know, I like to say Kansas is a central location, so they should come see me here. Alright, well, when I think about the results of my personality test, I score the highest on the most agreeableness and the lowest on the intellect and imagination. Now, I thought the titles for these different categories was kind of bizarre, because scoring low on the intellect and imagination really threw me for a loop, because I think I'm quite intellectual and quite imaginative. So scoring low on that didn't seem to add up. But then when I read the description, it didn't have anything to do with intellect or imagination at all. It had to do with order and structure. So I don't know why it's set up like that, but it really confused me. So once I read the description, I do agree with it. I definitely prefer order and structure. I do have Asperger's syndrome, so I think that a lot of that is directly tied to Asperger's. Having a routine, having a schedule, that's all part of preferring order and structure. Now at the agreeableness, the description said that was kind of tied to being friendly and optimistic and pleasing others. I definitely see that in myself. I think I'm a really positive person. I like to support my colleagues and my students instead of just, oh, hey, Billy, you're doing a good job. Like, actually get to know them outside of class and really support who they are. That's who I am. I'm a positive person, and I always like to find the good in things. The two leadership theories that resonated most with my personal leadership style was the democratic theory and the path goal theory. I think that these both aligned with me personally, but not necessarily with the results of my personality test. So the democratic theory, this one was kind of focused on the whole group working together, sharing their opinions, respecting one another, and then coming to a decided upon consensus or decision. While I completely agree that that's how I approach leadership in my classroom, I don't think that was covered in my personality test at all. But that's okay. Now with the path goal, that was where the teacher is going to, or the leader is going to work with a subordinate and find a specific goal that is appropriate for that person and work on getting the obstacles out of the way so they can be successful. Especially working with struggling readers, this is something that I do on a daily basis. I really enjoy making the goals individualized so each of my students can be successful. Now with that being said, I again don't think that was covered with my personality test. While I am a friendly and optimistic person who prefers order and structure, I don't think that that's kind of covered with the path goal theory. I think that that's something different in the leadership aspect. I don't think that's good, bad, or anything. I don't think that that's covered. So this kind of, it really did get me thinking. I I don't know, I thought it was really interesting to approach the democratic theory and the path goal theory and see how different they are from the results of my personality test, and if that really represents me as a person and me as a teacher. All right? Well, thanks. Can't wait to get to know you guys in class.